This is our today's work, which is 15 kilowatts hour battery system capacity and the 7.5 kVA inverter, which 120 amp charge controller. Now, here it is. This is a low voltage energy storage system. The capacity of the system is 7.5 kilowatt hour, and the second one, because there are two in number, 7.5. If we combine them together with a good arrangement, which is called parallel arrangement, and the way or the mode or the procedure for connecting them, the positive of the first storage is connected to the positive in the second storage, while the negative storage of the first is connected to the negative storage of the second storage. This is the connection we get 15 kV, 15 kilowatts hour. Now, but after that, then this is the inverter. To inverter is used to invert the storage, the energy storage inside the storage bank. Means that which is the energy storage inside the storage bank is a DC, which is direct current or direct voltage. This the inverter is used to convert that DC, direct current, into alternating current, which is via the terminal. This is the terminal of the negative positive of the batteries, which is the storage, and this is a negative. That is connected and converted into to AC. This is the AC output to AC output. And the main function of this inverter is to invert the DC to AC, one. Secondly, it still charge the storage via a means or recirculating the energy that inverts and restores it again. For instance, this is the batteries. The batteries is converted to the AC, and the AC is feeding to the socket, and still from the socket is taking back to the inverter, and the inverter is charging the battery. Means that it's recycling the energy. After that, we have another source for charging the battery, which is the solar system. This is a solar charger. It's 120 amp capacity. It's charging the battery. The mode of charging, this is the terminal of the batteries, that is storage bank, to the inverter, to the charge controller, while this is the output, this is the input. That is why we are using circuit breaker. The main function of that circuit breaker is that one, it trip up when there is some unwanted or there is some high current that pass through the panel to the charge controller. These breakers, they trip up in order to protect the charge controller. Both. And secondly, these circuit breakers is used when we call for the maintenance. We will take it, switch it up, we isolate the panel from the battery. Then we start working under the battery. If we finish, we isolate, we will take it on again. That is the main two function. One, to protect the life of the charge controller. Two, to protect the batteries and the controller when we care for maintenance. This is. If we look at the output, this is the input voltage is 191, is fluctuating. That is the minimum is 100 and the maximum is 240. But if you look at the output is 0, means that there is no any output to the inverter. But if I take this thing on like this, you hear the sound, means that the inverter is starting working. It's starting giving the output, which is the output is equal to the input, which is the gain is 1. If you look at the formula for calculating the gain, is that the output power divided by the input power is the efficiency, is the gain of that inverter. The gain is divided is 100%. That is the efficiency of the inverter is 100%. That is both. For this installation, if you look at the place for the installation, there is not any ventilation in the place. We must it's mandatory to create another source of ventilation, e.g., we use AC or we use cooling fan to cool our batteries, inverter and charge controller in order to protect them from the overheat, that is over temperature. And in here, there is no any device to detect the temperature of the system. We are not using it. But if we want to install that device for taking the actual temperature of the equipment, we will use one. There is one terminal which is called common sensor under the controller. Secondly, there is one terminal here. We use this as controlling the temperature and the temperature sensing alarm. That is. I'm saying thank you for the listening.